now at Saudi Arabia's Riyadh, and I'm actually attending the 8th edition and about investment. So there are going to be a lot of companies here to explore the investment opportunities, and there will also be something about the future. So what exactly is it about future? In this very particular building here, and also we're going to have something else, and it's going to be green development. It's a very basic topic that people are all. So I was told that there's a very special thing, like giant, not very giant, but giant thing here on display in one of the places hidden around in this area, and I'm going to find out what it is and I'm going to tell you more about the thing. So do you know where I am? Are you curious about where I am, where I'm standing right now? Well, I am now at Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, and now at the 8th edition. Very interesting and very innovative. You know helicopters, and you all know what helicopters look like, but do you know like there's something else that we can probably technically, but it's also going to be delivered to Saudi Arabia, like as we can see expected at the 4th quarter. It's going to have a very, very little noise. It's 6 times less noise than the usual helicopters. And the second, and we can judge it by the name, we have the shape of the jet is very different from the very traditional helicopters, because we have 9 engines at each side like that and the very end, and we have 6 on each side at very ones, you see that. So, and the front is very wide, but then it goes, you know, like narrower and narrower at the very end of the thing. And how it works, like I figured that, and I asked this as the wind. So like this place is going to be changing the directions, changing the height, you know, and changing where you want to go. So let's just work it out. So let's follow and just see what we have here. So when I'm trying to get inside, I realized it's really kind of, it's bigger than I thought, you know, like this is the place for the pilot, and I think, and see, this is the pad we have. It's like it's all electronic, and it's not like the traditional helicopters, because sometimes we have all the buttons here, and it's like very cool. And I'm trying to figure out what this is. You have the clearance, the origin, and this is, I guess, this is like a map of where we were heading to, and this is like a height or something. I asked the staff about it, and she told me that normally, like this model, we're gonna 4 seats here, like 4 passengers are gonna sit here, but then it's like it's gonna take us up to 6 passengers for each flight. So how long? They're more based on like short distance traveling. Like they told me, like for example, I'm going to you know, get from one of the, they're gonna fly, then it's gonna be 20 minutes. Yes, and also, you see that? This is a place that we're gonna put our cases in, and I don't know what that is. It's like a little machine or something. You see the light here? It's very beautiful, peaceful. Yeah, so basically that's what inside looks like. And I'm just gonna mention something about it, because let's go back to that panel, because it tells us more information about what it is, okay? Developing this kind of jazz. The developer is from Germany, but this is the buyer is a Saudi Arabian company. Okay, so we see the national flag, except that they're going to try to tell us it's about ecosystem, about the green development in the future, which also fits in with the concept of this very particular conference, the FII 8th edition. It's also technology, things like that. So the greenish is very pretty and it fits the concept. And also, I'm going to try to mention that, well, this kind of jazz is going to take us, it's going to fly for like 100, you can say that it can go up to like 250 kilometers per hour. This is going to be the speed. And also, and I'm very, like normally we think that, oh, we have to go to an airport to take a plane or something, but then, no, not for this kind of jets. Impressive, right? So basically, if I want to go to look at the engines, this is like the backward of the engines, like we can count it, and we have 9 here. Yeah, so very impressive. Okay, and the most impressive thing at this conference for me, based on technology and green development, and we're going to see other things in other places as well. So follow me, and stay focused. A very particular car, like, you know, like not the car like we usually gonna see on the street, because it's like a model of a Formula car, and you can see that we have this printed version of it. What is very special about this car is like it's made of fiber carbon, so it's actually kind of very eco-friendly material. It's very light, so we're not talking about green, right? And you know, like this kind of whole conference is like I see the materials we're going to use probably universally in the future about green development. And you can see here, like we have a screen here, and we also have a handle here. So it's going to be like a real experience. Like I can just step into what the Formula drivers are going to be when they're driving those Formula cars in a race. You know, to be honest, I've tried that once, and you're going to put this VR glasses on you, and you're going to see difficult to handle. So I got ranked like 132nd, unbelievably slow, but it's a very good experience. It's a little bit dizzy because of the VR, I guess, but I think I'm gonna getting here through this very particular conference. So we have seen something interesting, the jet, you know, like the race car, but this is really not the main thing about this conference. For the 8th edition of the conference, the theme is actually called Infinite Horizons. So we can see there's a logo here, and it's like an A, meaning that it's the 8th edition of the conference, and at the same time, it's an infinite signal. You can see the pavilion. We're gonna reach, like, one of the main things that the attendants are doing for the 3-day event. So what are they doing here? Follow me and we'll see. This is a very huge place, and you can see that on my right side, this is called Lab 1, and follow me, and we're gonna see this little screen here, and it's gonna tell you what they're doing here. It's like a short panel, and now the topic is about how will embedded finance transform traditional finance. Have a continuous meeting like such, discussions as such on the various topics, including artificial intelligence, about financing, about investment, and about, you know, like green development, and about sports and youth and education. There are a lot of topics here. Yeah, so those companies, why they have those sports here? They're coming here to do attractive. There's more companies over there, and I can see that some of them are based in Saudi Arabia, and some of them are from around the world. And as far as I can see, the first link with Elon Musk, you know, very famous people, and also we have the CEO, co-founder from Facebook, from Google, talking about technology. Like we have so many companies here, and this is STC, like it's kind of a Saudi Arabia. I guess it's sort of impressive because they're actually having more than 7,000 delegates here, and they invite about 600 speakers from local and international. Like from see that we have the terrace and the dome. So the dome, what is it in the dome? Is that they're gonna have a diner there, like everybody here attending this conference is gonna grab the lunch or afternoon tea or have a cup of coffee. I've been there this noon, and there's a long queue there, and I'm so curious about what are these people waiting for? What are they doing there? And then I just take a closer look, and I saw something very interesting, is that they're waiting in line for ice creams made. Here we have more companies showing their services and products here to try to attract investment, something like that. And also here we have the cafe, and actually it's kind of contain that attendants both here, and you can see there's a line there waiting. And what are they waiting for exactly? They're waiting for ice creams made by robots. So you see that this robot is grabbing something like that. So what's going to work is like what their flavor, their favorite ice cream flavor will be, and then the robot we're going to make it for them. So this is kind of you know, like a display of how future might yesterday in one of the panel through video link, and something he mentioned that is really, you know, I remember clearly is that he said that by the year like 2040, we will have about 10 million Oh no, sorry about this. So I think this is one of the things that we might see in the future. Like if you're gonna grab something, like if we're gonna do an ice cream thing, we can just ask the robot to do it for us. So this is a kind of a very interesting showcase of what the future might be with robots. So that human, we have seen the all-electric jet, and we will see the racing car, and then we will see the robot making ice creams with us. Like all about the conference. It's not just a conference, it's a platform bringing people from around the world, people including business representatives, government officials, and also media, and sort to come here to try to, communicate with each other and to drive people towards a better future together. And that is basically everything about this conference. And I'm Xinhua, with